CSSP China is part of a global network of CSSP partnerships that are harnessing the scientific expertise needed to strengthen the resilience of vulnerable communities to weather and climate variability.
CSSP China was launched in 2014 and it's a project that's stimulating scientific collaboration between research institutes in the UK and China. CSSP China focuses on producing world-leading scientific research fundamental to the development of climate services that support climate-resilient development and social welfare right around the world. The project's been incredibly successful and we've published more than 450 papers in the peer-reviewed literature with more than 8,000 citations. So this work is really having an academic impact, but importantly it's also then going into practical impact.
Weather and climate computer models are a key tool for weather forecasting and understanding future climate change.
CSSP China is delivering improved modelling capability, available for application in both China and globally. These developments include improved representations of clouds, ocean circulations and sea ice that are allowing improvements in the realism of our climate change projections.
CSSP China is developing the expertise and experience of early career scientists, contributing to creating the next generation of researchers critical for climate science research and building a resilient planet.
Co-developed workshops with Chinese researchers on event attribution science with the aim of helping them develop significant expertise in the field. What was great was after the first workshop, we had delegates from previous workshops who acted as trainers in the following workshops, and that helped deliver wider training within China on event attribution techniques.
As a participant of the workshop, I learned not only attribution science and techniques and have some papers published. More importantly, I learned and established collaborations with senior scientists like Simon and many early career scientists. Then as a tutor, I learned how to deliver scientific knowledge to others and helped the participants organize collaborations.
The project is nurturing an international community of young researchers, the next generation in climate science for services, and so far has facilitated over 80 exchange visits between partner organisations. These have been invaluable in forging strong, mutually beneficial relationships which exchange and accelerate scientific knowledge and expertise.
During my one-year visit to the Met Office from 2019 to 2020, I worked closely with the UK scientists and established long-lasting collaborations. We worked together to share expertise in climate change and model development to understand how the water cycle and extreme rainfall respond to global warming. Moreover, we find ways to make climate projections more reliable, which ultimately improves the usefulness of climate change information for aiding decision-making.
The Yangtze River Basin is home to 1/3 of China's population, a key agricultural region, and with hydroelectric dams producing electricity for provinces and major cities in eastern and southern China.
CSSP China has co-developed a seasonal rainfall forecast service for the Yangtze River Basin, issued for the past 7 years, providing rainfall probability during the May, June and July period. This service has supported decision makers, helping them develop flood control plans that prevented flooding and avoided agricultural losses. The work has also resulted in wider benefits via improved understanding on climate dynamics and predictability of weather and climate in other regions of the world, including the UK.
The global agricultural system is highly dependent on weather and climate. For example, changes in temperature and rainfall patterns have significant impacts on crop yields and global and regional food security, and work under CSSP China has been focusing on maize in China.
The Met Office have worked in collaboration with the Beijing Climate Centre to develop a prototype seasonal forecast for the climate impact on maize yield in the northeast of China, a region that produces 30% of China's maize. This prototype service is issued ahead of harvest to let decision makers know whether the climate drivers of maize yield are likely to lead to a higher or lower than average yield in the season ahead, helping farmers and decision makers to prepare for and manage these risks.
During the past decade, we have carried out in-depth cooperative research and development in the front areas of climate science and its translation into climate services. I have also witnessed that the outcome supported the national policy making and benefited the social and economic development.
When the Newton Fund came to China, we knew there were loads of areas where the UK and China had to work together to overcome global challenges, and none was more important than climate change. And now to see what CSSP has achieved in terms of the understanding of climate and also the climate services that we can provide in the UK, China and around the world is truly humbling and makes us extremely proud and hopeful for the future of UK and China scientific collaboration.